Okay, so I'm going to do another quick video now on the Kor-Lyan Proximity Laser. So I've kind of set up a game here already, and in this one we have Kolask, which has 5 proximity lasers against a Primus. Now, ignore the previous damage, we're going to start fresh, and what I'm going to show is how the proximity laser works and how you can use it to target the flanks of enemies that otherwise you might not be able to hit. So we're in initial orders here, and what you're going to do is what we want to do is hit the starboard side of the Primus here, hoping to get a battle laser or two. So what I want to do, and we're just going to assume that both ships are not moving this time, but of course in real life ships would be moving, making this harder. But we select the one we want to do. So you see proximity laser B has proximity launcher B. That means these two systems are paired, and if you read the instructions, it will say this laser is only going to fire from the launch site if you fire the launcher, and equally the launcher will say if you just fire this by yourself, it's not going to do anything. But in combination, they can be quite a powerful weapon. So what to do? Start with the yellow launcher icon, and let's place it there. And what that's going to do is fire onto that hex, which will automatically hit, and then the laser will fire from this hex against the enemy that I now target. Don't worry about your hit chance during initial orders. It says 20%, but that is just the front end taking it from that ship to there. It hasn't really thought about it yet because it hasn't worked out where the shot's really going to come from. Not yet anyway. So that's us locked in. We've fired a launcher, we've targeted the ship, and let's see what our hit chances become. Da-da. Okay, so you can see it's still locked in. Interestingly, the enemy cannot see where you fired this. On their screen, it's hidden. It's only you know that. Nor will they see that you've targeted this ship. So at the moment, your opponent is completely in the dark of what's happening here. You see the hit chance is now 45%. How does it get that? Well, from the side, the Primus has a defense profile of 35 because they've gone full defensive sensors. Maybe they thought something was occurring. Um, and then the proximity laser, you see that it's fired. It's a ballistic weapon. Has 2.5 per hex. So it goes from here, 1, 2, that's negative 5%, which would be 30 from the profile, except the proximity laser also gets plus 15 fire control, so which is how you get your 45. Also important to note, as it says in there, does not need a lock with EW, but equally it doesn't benefit from having more EW. So if I had locked onto the Primus, it would still be 45%. It's very much its own thing. A bit like other ballistics like missiles where it just has a set fire control regardless. So that's how we get 45%. And interestingly, let's see what happens. I say interestingly, it's interesting for me. And I'm just going to run through this turn past the firing phase. If you give me a second, fire orders. I'm not going to fire anything else. Why muddy the water? And here we are. Okay, so we fired. What happened? You see launcher fires, then the laser from that. Unfortunately, in this case, I missed. So you can see fire proximity laser B at Primus, 45%. I missed. It was worth a try. But hopefully that has outlined how you can use this weapon in your future games. Have fun!